As the title implies, with intention in it. If you were here when I did my my live stream about making, oh, I can't stand this. Too much light. We're better in the dark. Sorry. If you were here when I was doing that video on making the bath salts, it's kind of the same thing, except this can be like for all purpose for like a general idea. Essentially, the idea with using magical bath salts is to actually have the salts be charged with either crystals, essential oils, magical oil, or any like crushed herbs, but preferably you want to have like a bath tea bag instead. And you can actually, funny enough, get those at Hobby Lobby, and they're actually meant for that. Like you put in the muslin bag, I think that's what it is. I think that's what it's called. But anyway, you fill that up with the herbs you want to put in there. Like for an example, say you want to have a bath that has marjoram, saffron, rose petals, and jasmine flower. You would just stuff that little bag full of all those ingredients, and then you would just tie it underneath the, actually you would tie it on top of the faucet, tie it shut, and then when the water comes out, it'll just start flowing through the bag. And all that water will be given the intention of those herbs, whatever you're telling them to do. If you actually put saffron in there, it'll actually turn the water to a gold color. Fun fact. So anyway, the intention I'm going to actually use for this demonstration is actually going to involve using mainly plants with the focus intention on having beauty, woozy wooey, notice me you dimwit kind of a thing going on. So I'll be, wait a minute. No, not that one. So without further ado, I'm just going to get all of the ones I want to use lined up. There's two of them. What's this one? No, not that one. But primarily, like say, if you have the kind that are like in roller bottles, like this. I'm also going to show you a little sneaky hack that you can do, so that way you don't got to worry about wasting it. Like the idea of like just taking the beadlet thing out, and then all of a sudden it just rolls out, and then it just all falls on the floor. Yeah, we're going to try and avoid that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's two more that I'm specifically needing. Just gotta play a little bit of dig dug to get them all. Whoops. That one. Not that one. Whoops. I didn't do it. Maybe I'll put that one in there. Oh, there's where that one went. I'm looking for days just to find that one. Oh, okay, we'll go with that one. I didn't know I had that much left of it. I thought I had less of it. Okay, brownies, I kind of need you guys to hand me my violet, please. Because, you know, violet is kind of a little bit important for this. Brownies, where's my violet bottle? Don't make me start counting. Okay, 1, 2, 'Not the one I wanted, but we're at 2. Where's the other bottle? You 2. I mean, you 2. There's the magical oil I'm going to use. Where is that other oil bottle? Oh, there. No, close, but that wasn't it. Oh, there it is. Every time. Okay. And I'm just going to double check to make sure I got everything, every single oil I'm going to use. I'm not going to put that in there because that's not going to feel good on the man part. That's going to make it burn. That's a no-no. Not that one. Nope. That one's going to make the water sting, trying to step in it. Okay, that's another one. And I think that's about all of them. That's all of them. Fine, I'll put that one in there too. Okay. So, It's a lot of oils, but they all have their purpose. So first off, I'm going to be putting in the rollers in first, the one that are like in a roller butter first, because it takes 3,000 years just to pop the roller off. But anyway, we are going to start with first one, Neroli. I don't know if you can see that, but it's Neroli. Neroli is like the optimistic young citrus sister that's like a flower. It comes from the orange tree. And Neroli, it's very uplifting, very supportive, very motivating, very cheery. And it's also very good for the skin. So what I'm doing is I'm just simply outlining the bowl. So now there's Neroli in there, all around the bowl. Next up is, I'm going to say that one for last. Next is the good old, hold still. Next is good old rose. As we all know, rose is that flower that literally can adapt to any situation, and whatever you're lacking, she's like, no, I got this. I'm adaptable. And it's also pretty good for beautifying the skin. Next is, this is Magnolia. Magnolia is pretty good for restoring the skin. It's also very uplifting. It's also really good for getting rid of the dark spots in the eye. And we're just going to go right around like that. And I'm not even taking the beetle out, which is usually the thing that agitates me the most, because I can't get my nails under it to pull it out. This is jasmine flower. What? I love the smell of jasmine. Don't judge me. And again, just bring it all around there. So now we have Neroli, rose, magnolia, jasmine. Now last but definitely not least, we're going to be adding probably one of my favorites. Blue lotus. I'm going to be refilling this with coconut oil. So that way I won't lose it. Oh, this one I'm just going to do one spin. Because this is like the elixir of immortality right here in this little bottle. And I'm not going to waste any more. So now that we have all of those roller bottled ones in there, this is what I'm going to do next. I'm now going to actually add the salt, because the salt is going to hold on to everything. And this is just regular, this is actually sea salt. Table salt will work, but prefer sea salt because that's natural. Just going to bring in one little layer like that, just like that. Next, Epi salt. Not too much, just a bit. And hopefully this won't decide to be like, oh, we're going to have everything get salty, so don't be salty, kid. I won't be salty if you won't make a hot mess. Open the bloody thing. You really don't need to fill your container thing up to the brim, because the container is actually going to go in the bath with you, as an example. So just shake it all together just like that. So now we have a good base with already those rose and other flower oils in it. So that way we don't have to like break our nails trying to open it. I know. Pretty like, oh wow, dainty alert, I know. So now we can just add the other oils like normal. Number one, the first one I'm going to add. Is there a little bit left? Yep. First one is patchouli leaf. Patchouli is usually seen to be used as a substitute for graveyard or cemetery dirt. But patchouli is also one of those herbs that can be like an all the way yes, like stick it, like that, yeah, the nasty way, or like nope, piss it, not feeling it. It's either all the way yes or all the way no. And I'm just going to put whatever comes out of this bottle in there. And we got it. And the last pork patchouli bottle, I brewed 50 very well. Go grab, and then we're just gonna spin it right around, maybe right around a little bit, so that we can grab that. Next, I'm gonna put in some vetiver, or as I like to call it, VV. Vetiver it's just like patchouli, but it's a little bit more nasty, if you catch my drift. It's like if you mix lavender and patchouli together. There's your vetiver, or VV. Just gonna add a drop or two, if it'll come out of the bottle, I hope, because I know there's liquid in it. And it's also very thick, so come on, honey, a little faster. There you go. Almost. Come on. Before I can get my pension checks, please. Okay. I'll be like that, fine. And then I'm gonna just maneuver it up there just to get a hold of it. Next is gonna be good old little pink pepper, or just call it pinky. Pink pepper. What can I say about pink pepper? Think of like a very flirtatious young adult who is really in the mood and is going through like a very playful puberty stage and wants to do whatever they want to do to catch or throw, if you catch my drift. Trying to keep it, innuendo heavy instead of being like point blank direct to stick it. Yeah, pink pepper is a really love tapping kind of a plant. So I'm going to put in 3 drops. Do I practice ritual? And yes, Laura, bath salts are very refreshing, especially if you don't use something like clove and cinnamon bark oil. I learned that the hard way. Well, learned to not do it now, so. And far as, do I practice some ritual before making spells? Usually, whenever I do spells or spell work, or I'm making like a spell recipe, I just pretty much just go into my head and think, okay, I have this intention involving to woozy woo someone. So what things do I need to woozy woo something? And then I just go through all that I know in my head, and I just build it from there. It's kind of systematic, but whenever I do any kind of magic or spell work, including like it's just simply lighting one candle and putting it on top of a honey jar, for an example, I always wash myself. That way I don't have any lingering BS affect me. Next is going to be sandalwood. By nature, sandalwood is a purifier, but is also a magical booster. So it's essentially good for any kind of spell work, for that matter. It can only help. Oh. And this bottle likes to spit like 50 drops out in under a second, so I'm not going to put that much more in it. Literally, it likes to spit out 50 drops a second. Like, okay, I only needed 3 drops, but we'll put in 20, because why not? Next is going to be one of my favorites, geranium. People think of geranium like this. They love it to death, or they're like, kill me now, please, because of the scent. I love the scent. Because usually it's believed with geranium, if you can't stand the smell, there's something wrong with your emotions and your heart center. Something's bothering you. But if it smells good to you, that means your emotions and everything are at peace. I love the smell of geranium, so that can tell you something. Geranium is also a good balancer. Geranium is like that best friend that tells you if you're dating somebody who's not good for you. Geranium, well, it's a floral point blank kind of a thing. And geranium, I like to say, as I was saying, geranium works like this. Is that one friend that tells you that you're dating someone bad, and they care about you so much they tell you the truth, like, dump his ass. He's not good for you. That's geranium. They care about you so much they're willing to tell you're stupid. That's geranium. I put in 3 drops. Also, geranium is good for the skin and hair. Anything that's a flower that comes from the flower, of course, is going to be good for body and all that. What was the other question? Interesting, because I heard many people talk about experiencing karma or negative spirits. Well, the thing is, negative spirits and negative entities, at least in my experience, I mean, I treat them as another human being. I don't give them anything special or like really let them affect me in a way. Dreams like that bittersweet plant, but I don't let negative entities or negative spirits really get to me. It's just, I just am point blank with them. Just like, what do you want? You're gonna hissy fit at me? Please don't do that. I know you're not having a good day, but what's the issue? Stop hissy fitting. Yeah, I just don't put up with it. Next one is quite a flirty and flirtatious one. I even like to think of it as like a succubus in a bottle. That tells you something. Next one is cardamom. Like I said, cardamom, a succubus in a bottle. It's sweet and spicy. Yeah, but it does kind of have that vibe of like, it's kind of flirting in a way that's trying to pull me in. And I'm only going to put in 2 drops of this. It is a lustful plant. Hello again, Kayla. Just making witchy things again. Next is kind of, but me and like cayenne pepper, or cheyenne pepper, whatever the heck. What's another one? Red pepper. Anything that's like really hot and spicy. Oh, my tongue's too sensitive. Don't even try. Yeah. Usually every live stream that I do is put up, because if it's not up, then I must have accidentally deleted it because I must have made a big whoopsie with it, but that doesn't happen that much. Next is Yanglang. Yanglang, the best say it, is like that prom queen in high school that everybody knows and everybody loves. Yanglang. She's so nice to everybody and she's a flirt, but nobody can have her because she's like, everybody can just be my friend. Everybody likes me, so I'm not going to just give myself to one person. Everybody can have it. Yeah, but my tongue's sensitive, so I'm not going to risk it for the biscuit. So Yanglang, you're going to put a total of 5 drops in there. Two. 3. Got 2 more, hon. Okay, let's see. Next, yep, I have 3 more to put in here. Next one is juniper berry. If I can roll it the right way. There we go. Juniper berry. I like to think of it as like a little battering ram. Literally, it's like a battering ram. It's tiny and it breaks through literally almost anything that's like trying to like resist. And it opens the gates, technically. And it's also a really good man motivator, if you catch my drift. And it's also a nasty inviting plant. So I'm just going to put in there 3 drops. 30 years later. Come on. Okay, there's 1. Two. Congratulations. I'm 100 years old. 3. Thank you. Oh, wrong way. Yes, I love juniper too. It is the oil of the abyss, and that almost could have been a disaster. If I was able to make oils yourself, would I? Like have a garden of them? Wait, one more time. One more time. What? Able to make the oils yourself? If I was able to, if I had the garden tube, yeah, I would. Because buying rose oil, pure rose oil, is madness. A bottle of rose oil, pure rose oil, that much? About $300. I'm dead serious. That's why just even getting rose oil with coconut oil is cheaper. And coconut oil actually just takes on whatever you put with it. It mimics it, but dilutes it. Okay, that smells like something that you would give to somebody who's having their, having the moment, if you catch my drift. Next is violet. Don't look at me like that. I love my violet, okay? Stop hating. Oh, I love the smell of violet. I'm going to be putting 6 drops of this in there. And this bottle comes out really slow, so. 3,000 years later, dude. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. So by technicality, that would be the end of it. Whoa, no. Almost that would have been bad because for some reason, my phone decided, oh, I'm going to just jump ship. Please don't do that. Please don't do that, phone. I need you to still be working for a little bit longer. I had one more magical oil that just came and hit me in the head. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I think I need to put that in there too. Shut up, Zeus! Bloody dog. And that's why I'm a cat person. Because a cat will just look at you and be like, what do you want, human? You're going to pet me? Fine, make it quick. Okay, enough petting me, human. Go away. Isn't that it? Close enough. That's one of them, at least. Wait a minute. I thought I just saw it, but never mind. Okay, brownies, I'm going to give you another 10 seconds. Hand me that oil. Whoop! Will you little nasty stop messing with my phone? I don't know why you guys are so intrigued with it. Hello, Kelly. It's been 50,000 years. Let's see. What would be a good... Whoop. Wrong way. What is a good oil that would be protection and intimidation? Well, simple. You would essentially mix together... You would do a protection oil and then add calamus root and licorice root to it. That's a protective, intimidating mix because calamus root and licorice root together are known to be all like, you're going to do what I tell you to and you're not going to mess with me. And then you would just pretty much have them. Then you pretty much really just go from there. But you can also include bergamot with vetiver. Vetiver is also a protective plant too, but bergamot's a bit of a more gentle. But either way. But now to add the finishing touches, the little magical aspects to this bath mix. So the 4 bottles that I just grabbed, they're my 4 magical oils that I'm going to use in here, and they're my own. I just need to use a bottle dropper, like one of these things. And if you're wondering what's in here is coconut oil with, coconut oil, avocado oil, sweet almond oil. And the flowers that are in here are jasmine flower and forget-me-not flowers. Just, getting all the oily things out of there. So I'm going to plop that right there. Sit still. Stop. Thank you, honey. Milkshake. You had one job to sit still, but nope. Anyway, so. First one I'm going to add is rude. It's like, oh boy, the entities are trying to make themselves known. Oh, can we just eavesdrop and, live stream bomb you? No. Anyway, this one is a fanboy mix. Or like a follow boy mix. This one, I kid you not, smells like sweet tarts. Don't look at me. That's just what it smells like. Yep, it smells exactly like sweet tarts. The fluid in there even looks like a sweet tart. It's so sweet, by just smelling it, you get cavities. Now this little one, well, we'll come to find out. Yep, this one will be your Jolly Rancher one, because this one actually smells like the pink one. But this one is a kind of a more gentle, higher loving kind of a mix. Two more left. Yeah, be careful though. This one's like a deep emotional mix. And now we get to the ones that might be a little bit questionable. This one is the best way I can name it and describe it. Is my Woozy Wooed mix. Literally, it is the ultimate Woozy Wooer. And it smells exactly like the first. Well, actually, it smells like the Starburst one, but is now a little bit more intoxicating and like it's more mysterious. So, and I prefer just to use the dropper instead of like pour it like that, because it's like, oh, I missed now all the bottles in there, and I don't want to do that. Then last but not least, this one might be the one that might make people be like, don't know about that. This is my Man Dominator. Probably thinking, how in the world is that going to be a good idea? Well, the thing is, when you're trying to woozy woo somebody that's a male, you kind of need to have that male dominance over them in the first place. When you have that, you're actually able to have the other things take hold much easier because they're being overpowered. And I'm just going to refill this up a little bit. Some more carrier oil, because I don't like it just having nothing in there. Well, it's not really meant to intimidate, but it's really meant to like overpower, so that way there's no resistance. Because, to put it this way, whenever a male is in the mood, they're going for it. That's just how the male anatomy works. Once it's on, it's on. Trust me, I'm one, I know. But technically, I kind of count as both, so. In some regards, it counts. Perfect. Oh, I think that was the wrong carrier oil I put in there, but oh well, it'll work. It'll work a bit too good. Yeah. And now I'm gonna grab, why not? There it is. Gonna grab it and put in the Lilith oil mix. And no, this is not the same bottle. The other one is full of coconut oil. This one, yep, that's Lilith oil. Just double check. Yep, that's Lilith oil. The scent's different. I don't know why, but every time when I use this oil, the scent changes into something else. Every single time. Let me just bring it around town in there. I also call that the, the man G-string polar downer. I guess, I don't know. I just work here. Best I go. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it's funny you say that because I personally can't stand SpongeBob, to be honest. But now, the next part, we add all of our crystals to this. And now, the first time I'm going to add in here is rose quartz. And really, all you have to do is just stuff it in there. Can't see it, but it's in there. And technically, you just need to really have one stone in there. You don't really need to add any more, because one stone will do the most. But I'm one of those that likes to be sometimes a bit extra, so I'm going to add all these little rose quartz balls in there. Whatever. It's just the shape of it, okay? Stop thinking like that. Stuff that in there. Just pop them all in there. Oh, trust me. That's an example of something that actually makes me wish I was deaf. Like I already can't hear that good enough already, so that's saying something. So yeah, now that this thing has ping balls galore in it now, might as well pull a big maze and be like, but I'm not stopping there. I'm not stopping there. I'm going to also add in a clear quartz point. And just like with clear quartz, without any intention to it, when in doubt, it'll just be like, amplify, because that's what I do, amplify. So now all you have to do with this thing is just put it underneath your bath faucet. Turn on the water, babadushki. And if you want to actually like make the water as practically hot as possible that you can bear it, that's suggested, because when you add hot water to that, the scent is actually going to be into the air. And what I like to do is essentially you have this over the drain sitting on top of it. Take some clear quartz points and just actually have it be pointing out into the water as it's filling up the tub. And you don't even have to tell them to do anything, because when in doubt, again, what do? We don't know what to do, so we're just going to amplify this. And everything will be amplified. So we have the intention of this thing originally being like, he with sausage between legs. Get woozy-wooed and fanboy at me, I guess. Yeah. And best of all, this is not really that difficult to clean up after. And that smells too intoxicating, and better not smell it again, otherwise I'm going to be going cray-cray. So I'm going to put this in a container. And I'll just do that later. But anyway. Yep, exactly. I don't know what to do with myself. So magnifying glass. Yeah. No. So not just... And regarding the stones you put in there, quartz is always the best idea, because quartz will just be able to sustain the water. But you gotta double check, just make sure it's able to withstand the water. Otherwise, it's gonna be like, nope, disintegrate and go toodaloo, whoops. And please do not put angelite in there. Don't put selenite in there, because that's just a recipe for disaster waiting to happen. Don't do that. Please don't. You may think it might be a good idea because you're thinking, oh, it's so gentle up here, so it must purify everything, especially the water it's in. It's so pure that even water is too harsh to it. Yeah. So please don't put selenite in water. So really, that was all that I had planned for this one. The next live stream that I'll be doing later tonight. The next live stream I'll be doing tonight is actually starting to do the readings for the zodiac signs for this month. Aries up until probably Cancer, or if I'm feeling like doing a lot more, then I will. I'm going to clean up this hot mess I made, and then we'll go from there afterwards. So I'll be back later tonight, and then we'll see how the readings go, and I'll be using that Goetia deck primarily. So we'll see how that